Do not put his name on the birth certificate. If you are currently pregnant, or if you know somebody who's pregnant and they got pregnant by a boy, I need you to really take this video very seriously. I'm dropping some free game. If he got you pregnant and he's treating you like during your pregnancy, not speaking to you, running the streets, he's already in a relationship with another woman and you're going through the pregnancy by yourself, or he's got his mama, his sister, some sort of family member keeping tabs on you, they're waiting for you to have a baby so that they can become more abusive because now you're trapped with a baby. A man that gets you pregnant is supposed to be loving, supportive, cooking your meals, helping you around the house, spoiling you because you're giving birth to his baby. He wants to make sure that your mental health is positive all the time. But a narcissistic fuckboy wants to abuse you by disappearing and bringing you pain, knowing he's with another woman while you're carrying his child. He wants you to stay depressed during the whole 9 months. And guess what? While your baby is growing in your belly, your baby can feel all that stress, which means your unborn child is also being abused. Yet and still, you want this man to be in this baby's life. He's already showing you early signs that he's a piece of father, but you're so weak and insecure and your self-esteem is so low, you still want to force a baby on a man that don't want you.
Oh my God.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
Here's the deal. The baby gotta have a father. So we gotta stop acting like a woman can be the mama and the daddy. Y'all cannot. And the stats are showing. That's not just what I feel. Got nothing to do with Gavin X. The stats are showing y'all cannot do this efficiently. In fact, y'all are absolute failures at it. So being a single mom is not a thing. And you got this woman here telling these women, don't let this man sign the birth certificate. He an F-boy. Why you let him skeet up in you?
Again, she's talking out both sides of her neck. You just said that she's having a baby the man didn't want. Why is she having a baby? Like, why aren't you telling her not to get pregnant? Why aren't you telling her to stay away from guys that would get you pregnant and not want to stick around? Like, it's your job as a woman to make sure that you're picking a man that is going to be thoughtful enough to take care of you and your child. So the fact that you didn't is already a flag on the play. And this conversation now is not, it shouldn't be anything to do about what you should or should not do about Nug Nug. It should be what you should or should not do with yourself going forward. With yourself, what is yourself going to do to ensure that this doesn't happen again, that this situation does not get any more worse? Like, you need to figure out a way to communicate with this person that you're now connected to for life on the best ways to raise this child you decided to have on your own. And you better hope that he can give you some assistance, because most of them don't. My brother, I know one niece, but I have many. I don't know all of them. I don't know wherever they are, like they're pretty much spread out, because every time a young woman moves to Atlanta, she comes across my brother, and he's just so charming and so cute. And he makes the most beautiful babies. But after they have these children and they find out that my parents' money doesn't flow to my brother as easily as it flows amongst the two of them, they go back to their hometowns with their children, with my nieces or nephews, and I never see or hear from them again. And they don't put my brother on child support either, which, maybe he's lucky that way. But when you said, Mr. Walker, that it's one person getting 20 people pregnant, it is like that. A Nug Nug. And everybody wants to be with him. They're all signing up to be with him. So that is why this lady irks me because she probably decided to lay down with the nug nug. He probably did her the way he does everybody else. And now you want to give free game. So what you're saying, don't put him on the birth certificate. That's cool. In states like Georgia, he don't have to go on the birth certificate, but he ain't going to pay no child support until he gets that child legitimized. So we play that game in Georgia. And in Georgia, Nug Nug and, Future and them, they know how this game works when these babies come about. They ain't stressed out about it because you're going to have to get them on the hook to get them on the hook. And it doesn't always happen that easily. So whatever game y'all think y'all getting from this lady on TikTok, check the laws in your state before you take her word verbatim, because I'm pretty sure she's just giving y'all a hill of beans and it's not going to grow any kind of fruit. Nothing's going to come from it. Like it's a waste of time. Tell these young ladies to work on themselves.
She up here talking about all the stuff that Nug Nug did. He did this, he did that. And I think you said, Rocco, yeah, you got to search within. Stop leaving this up to Nug Nug. What's that serenity prayer for all the addicts, huh? Lord, help Lord, help me to, change the things I can and, accept the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. Some is loosely quoted. And that need to be the same mentality taken by these young women. You cannot control this man. But what you can control is if you give yourself to this man. You can control your body, young Bonquisha. You can't control Nug Nug's body, especially when his body get a hold of your body. Everything out of control. So we got to stop getting to the point of you sitting here with this kid and now it's time to play the blame game. And now it's time to plan your life. Your life has been planned for you.
Right.
At least the next 18 years. Easy work.
So here we go. Let her keep cooking. Hit the like button.
Now is the time for you to be planning your exit strategy before your child gets here. You are not to invite him into the delivery room. He's not supposed to know when you go into labor. It's none of his business. He got you pregnant to trap you, to abuse you for the next 18 years. You better wake up and fast. His name should not go on the birth certificate, because once you put him on the birth certificate, he now has certain rights. Okay, and then when he takes you to court and he gets visitation, by law, you cannot leave the state. Even if you get a job offer, even if you want to move and relocate, you got to get his permission to take his child out of the state. And guess what? He's going to say no to spite you, because he wants you to stay trapped so he can keep abusing you. He's going to hold you up from moving on and upward and excelling in job and college and your dreams up. Even with his child, he wants to control you. Think about that before you put his name on a birth certificate. Or when you want to travel and you can't travel because your baby doesn't have a passport, because you do need his permission to get a passport for the baby. You know that. And you definitely know he's going to say no. How dare you take the baby out on a vacation and I'm not going along? No, my child can't have a passport. That's what he's going to do to spite you. The signs are there. If he's treating you like during your pregnancy, this is the time to get the fuck out and cut your toxic family members off. Anyone that stays in touch with your abusive baby daddy got to get cut off. Family members too. You better smarten up and protect your child's future, and don't set your child up to be abused.
Oh. Listen, I've said this many times. These women come up here and they talk about the lowest common denominator of man, the bottom 20%, as we call them, the guys that's having the majority of the children. So they speak of the bottom 20% of men that got 60+% of the children. That's a woman's problem. It's not a man. You're not talking to us. I don't feel offended because I don't know what you're talking about, you old geezer.
That part for daggone show. You talking about my uncle and them. Like you said, Rockwell, I got an uncle got over 30-some kids. And it's the same thing. They come to town and they're, oh, who is this? He make pretty babies. Oh, give him one. 30 children, roughly. Like, that is gross. Thank you, Mr. X. This is a woman's problem. Why y'all keep hunching on these low-level men? And we know they low-level. Listen to her. She said that this particular nug in question is going to deny his son's passport out of spite for you. That is an unhinged basement dwelling ninja. That ain't no real man. Ain't no real man sitting there on his square at work, taking care of business, getting a phone call about a passport, and got time to be bitter and petty. You're like, go ahead. Do you need me to send some money and be done with it? I got other stuff to do. Lowest common denominator, digging in the gutter for y'all baby daddies and wonder why y'all coming up with muck.
So here we go. This is the old Oracle gatekeeper, but we're going to bring up her, when she was a younger woman. This is the same prototype, the Venom.
Just
Like how
young.
y'all call baby mamas bitter for going no contact with their narcissistic, inconsistent ass, controlling, manipulative ass baby daddies. Like, I don't like how y'all call baby mamas bitter for wanting peace for themselves and their children. Because a narcissist is not even healthy for their children. And for y'all to allow inconsistency in and out of y'all kids' life, that's confusing them and it's traumatic for them. So I'm not understanding why y'all call baby mamas bitter for that. Yeah. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think that baby mamas are bitter for cutting off people who are inconsistent in their children's lives. Baby daddies, other family members, whoever the case may be. If they are not good people, cut them off. So they serve no purpose anyway. Honestly, just to be honest, they serve no purpose anyway if they're nothing but a negative person or people or group of people. Like, they serve no purpose. You want your children to grow up happy, not worried about certain things because their narcissistic parent is always pointing out negative things, like because they're insecure, they want their kids to be insecure. No, you don't have to deal with that.
Oh my God.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
We like broken records over here tonight. This is incredible. The amount of data that we are compiling, it's fine. Right now, they can come in the room, shout out to my girl HQ, and they'll say, this ain't all women. This ain't the majority of us. Fine. I ain't give y'all no pushback because we're going to be here. And 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to be done put on display hundreds of thousands, if not millions of women. And the data will be irrefutable. You won't be able to sit there and we say, we got millions of women here compiled. What you going to say? That ain't all of us.
You know what? I'm so mad you brought that up because I wonder about that too. What are they going to say? You know what we say over here? That time will tell. Every time it's gonna let us know whether we right or wrong, undefeated. Now once we get to that crossroad and it's all burning down and Bonquisha is on the side of the road melting like Luke Skywalker in that lake of fire, and are they finally gonna say you right, independent and big Ben strong boys with vaginas is not smart, we should not have tried to do this? Or will they say, shout to Heathen Queen, y'all was supposed to lead us. Why didn't y'all lead us while we burning on the side of the road? Y'all supposed to help us. What a world. What a world.
Well, I mean, we'll get you in real quick, Raquel. What will it take for these women to wake up? Or are they just, we don't, over here, we don't think it's over. We doom and gloom, but do you have any hope?
I've seen people turn around bad situations, and come out a little bit better. I'll get in trouble for this. Not all, right? Not all of them are going to be, at the bottom of the barrel, or, the crab frying into the pan, jumping into the pan to fry to death. I don't think all of them will. But if it was 10 of them, I would think that 8 of them would be the crab in the skillet burning on fire. It's only going to be 2 of them that end up with a baby's father that probably, isn't the best, that is going to do, the work, the internal work to hold themselves accountable and ingratiate themselves to the next man that decides to take a chance on them. Or you know, the first man that decides to take a chance on them, because, you know, the nug nug wasn't taking a chance on anything more than just hooking up, you know. So it looks bleak, you know. Even the young lady that had the kid that started out in the garage, where the little girl, her niece, was saying that she had a potty mouth. Like, look at how they affect everybody in the family, you know? Like, their niece knows that they have a potty mouth. How is that rubbing off on the little girl? And then somebody like me gets in trouble because I say, no, I'm not taking my son over to my sister-in-law's house for a uh, Labor Day barbecue, you know, because of what is going to be going on at the barbecue. I don't want my kid that is now a teenager in that environment. You know, we get in trouble for that. But listen, I got one life to live, and I'm trying to live it right, or as close to it as I can get. So not all of them, but not the majority of them. I say 2% of the ones that go down this road can be redeemed.
There you go. Some percentage. You said 1%. I take it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And I'll take that. And at the same time, that this is not something we would not tell, our daughters to go down this path, because that 1% probability of digging yourself about that gutter muck, it ain't worth it.
So here we go. We're gonna bring Thanos back in and keep it moving.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
I am inevitable.
Shout out to JOB, come through the 20 ball. Says these women think they are psychiatrists, doctors, lawyers, just plain know-it-alls, but can't get out of debt, can't keep a man, etc. God don't have them, but the crossroad demon from Supernatural got them. Get an exorcist.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!